Those were the words that I spoke each and every Sunday morning, minus the 2 Sundays per month that I was forced to visit my stepdad's family, who did not regularly attend church. I spoke these words diligently, dutifully, and even pridefully throughout the course of my childhood, adolescence, and up until my confirmation ceremony when I was 16 years old. It took 12 years of PSR classes. Well, I'm estimating the 12 years part. I know that I was attending Wednesday night classes from the time I was 5, so maybe 11 years is more accurate given the math needing to add up. And I know I wasn't 17. And a successful First Communion ceremony in the 2nd grade for me to earn the right of my confirmation ceremony. That's a lot of time invested to achieve something. Although when I was approaching my confirmation, it did not really feel like I was promising to remain a devout Catholic for the rest of my natural life, but more like just something that I was expected to do. No different from getting a driver's license, going to prom, turning 16. It was just the next step that there was to be taken in a long line of steps necessary to becoming a responsible adult. The year before my upcoming ceremony, our parish lost the battle to keep our current priest, whom we had loved very much, and the only one I had ever truly known or remembered because he had already been in our church for 2 terms totaling 12 years. I was devastated that we had to lose him. It did not help that the new priest being rotated in was rumored to be a used car salesman his entire adult life, who heard the calling of priesthood randomly one day and drastically shifted his professional trajectory. He came whizzing up into the church parking lot in a newer model white BMW convertible, which never did sit very well with me. I don't know. It just did not seem very humble or priestly to be driving around in a very expensive luxury car. But I reminded myself not to judge a book by its cover, or really judge anyone for that matter, because it is not my place to judge. There's only one that has the task of judging things, and I am not him. So I watched as the new priest parked his nice shiny car and walked up the steps of the church towards the large double doors. He had sort of a goofy smile on his face. He was very tall. He seemed harmless enough. Our priest before him had been in a silent order of monks for 20 years before he was assigned to our church, so he was quite timid and, of course, very quiet. He was not loud or boisterous in any way. This new guy was charismatic, instantly popular, very talkative. I did not like him immediately, even though I was desperately trying to have an open mind. My intuition was just screaming, something isn't right with this guy. About 6 months after he came to our church, he was threatening to deny me of that very well-earned right of confirmation passage after I stormed into his office and proceeded to put him in his place by stating, or yelling, rather, a simple and undeniable fact. God would never turn someone away because they had not been to the church in years. But I digress. That is another story for another day. So, where was I? Yes, Lord, I am not worthy to receive you. These words became the core wound through which others were born for me. My entire life, I never understood my true worth or value as a human being. I apologized profusely, repeatedly, and quite unnecessarily for anything and everything, including things that I had absolutely zero control over, and even when someone else actually caused harm to me. Anything that could be considered any sort of inconvenience or cause anyone even the mildest of discomfort, I was sorry for it. I apologize for my sheer audacity to exist. This past year, I have spent time in mostly total isolation evaluating my life, myself, and everything that I have been through. This year was the first year I was able to be by myself for the first time ever in my life. I had no idea who I was. I have spent my entire life catering to everyone else around me, doing everything that I absolutely could in my power to make other people feel unconditionally loved, seen, heard, and cared for, all while no one was ever unconditionally loving, seeing, or listening to me. All because I never believed I was worthy. Gee, wonder where I ever got such an idea like that. Children do not have the capacity to understand religious context, and forcing children to obediently repeat phrases such as, "Lord, I am not worthy to receive you," over and over again is harmful. In what world is a child not worthy of God? They should really evaluate the words that they are forcing children to say. Words matter. What we say matters. Children understand things to be literal. They don't think in metaphors. I cannot help but wonder how different my life could have been had I not been taught that I was unworthy. Words are the most powerful tools in existence, you see. Their only real focus, once spoken, is the task of shaping reality. And if reality is actually subjective, as it's apparent to be, then each and every single word, that whether chosen or not, intrinsically shifts, molds, and contorts with careful precision that which defines the word we know as destiny.